Klopp's mentality monsters, are they going to be enough to hold on City and their record-tumbling signing? I mean, he looks incredible, Haaland.
Yeah, he does. And he looks everything that we thought he would look like. And Man City are better for him being there because they have a very different way of playing and an ability to be able to change even more than they had in the first place. So right now, he is what we thought he would be. We will see if he continues in that vein. If he does, he's going to break all records, isn't he? He's going to become the highest Premier League goal scorer in one season, I suspect. And we'll see all this come to play.
Yes.
But Liverpool, look, I mean, you've got to give a hell of a lot of credit in that game to Newcastle because Newcastle are becoming a very good side, a very, very competitive side. And Eddie Howe is building a team there very much fit for purpose at this stage in their development. So you've got to give a lot of credit to Newcastle.
So you're now thinking top 6 for Newcastle?
No, I'm not thinking that, but I am impressed.
Yeah.
I have to be honest in terms of my observations in the past. It doesn't alter my perspective about who owns the football club, but it does alter my perspective about Eddie Howe's job that he's doing with the team on the pitch.
I agree with
he's
you
doing a good
Newcastle,
job.
Simon. I think it's there and it's evident, and I think you're absolutely spot on to say it. Although one thing Klopp wasn't happy about was his what he perceived to be out of order time wasting by Newcastle towards the end.
It was just a difficult game to play because we didn't play a lot. All of your colleagues ask me now about it. That's why I mentioned it. Everybody asked me about it. It was just interrupted constantly for some reason. And that doesn't give you the momentum. And also no chance to gain any kind of momentum. So in the end, I was really happy in a moment when we got this last corner in the 98th minute. And what Mo and Fabio made then of it was obviously absolutely outstanding. A wonderful goal. Perfect moment that we scored in after 98 minutes, I thought, is the perfect response for everything what happened during the game.
I'd love to know exactly how much time the ball was in play so that we actually do understand the dynamics of what Jurgen Klopp is saying, because there's always something that needs to be said, doesn't there? There's always something that needs to be underpinning the reasons why Liverpool did this or Liverpool did that. That's no discrediting of this elite manager, but it always feels like there's something. You know, it's time wasting, or it's something else, or it's something else, or it's
I've got to
something
say,
else.
Simon, I sat the other night. I was saying to producer Luke this morning at Craven Cottage.
Over breakfast?
I wasn't with producer Luke the other night at Craven Cottage. I was sitting with some people, and at the end of the game, at the end of the 90 minutes, Fulham against Brighton, 6 added minutes. I think, okay, so Fulham trying to protect a 2-1 lead, of course. So he timed it. He started
Ball in play,
and we did a 6-minute countdown clock.
And what was it?
So the ball's out, the substitutes kicking it away, Fulham subs kicking it away.
Right.
The ball's in the crowd, trying to get it out. That should be another delay.
Yeah.
They're taking ages to get the ball back into play. It gets back into play. We're going to we get to 6 minutes. We're now talking, it should be about 9 or 10 minutes. We should be playing. Right? Just under 6 minutes, time up.
Right.
The ball was hardly in play.
Well, what I was going to ask you was how much of that 6 minutes was the ball in play, and then extrapolate that back down to the actual time of play. It was over the 90 minutes because there was a narrative building up that the ball's being out of play, and we saw last year some sums and some calculations.
So in other words, Klopp's right to moan a bit. Newcastle were practicing to a degree what Fulham were doing the other night.
It depends if his team are without sin at times, and I'm sure there'll be times when his team are under the cosh by somebody that gamesmanship and protecting the ball and taking your time will form part of it. They won the game. Be happy with winning the game. Again, I'm going to get into the territory that people are going to ridicule me for. This over-exuberance of celebrations. We're talking about fans controlling themselves and not bursting onto pitches. There does need to be just a modicum of perspective in how we celebrate. I know winning a game in the 98th minute and getting a goal against all the odds of a game finishing more than a draw is something to celebrate. And I, of course, have been an owner of a football club and celebrated exuberantly myself. It just seems that we're really ratcheting it up a level. Now, I don't know whether that's a societal thing that everybody's coiled like a spring because of the doom and gloom. We open our window and it's doom, death, everything that we have to listen to that suppresses us, or whether it just is a natural exuberance after having 2 years of misery. But it just feels that we're going a little bit overboard. Sure. But that's just my view. And I have to say this because I said it about Arsenal. So I have to say it.
No, I agree
Liverpool.
with you. I agree with you.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.